Hey OXLs, it's been a minute. I'm playing some self-cast Forbidden Rite. Forbidden Rite, if you don't know, it's a chaos spell that deals damage based on your maximum life to your opponents, along with its innate damage of chaos damage, and then you take 40% of your maximum life as damage when you cast it. So what I'm doing is I'm keeping my chaos resistance nice and high, and then I'm still taking about 1,000 damage, a little under 1,000 damage every time I cast it, but we're regenerating that quite quickly. I have 1,400 a second, and then when I'm casting, I'm also making Purifying Flame, which breaks me up to 2,000, and I'm also using the tree to recoup some of that damage, so it comes back very quickly. You'll see as I cast, we're never down for too long. And I'm strength stacking to get more life. Not too hard, just 1,000. A good strength stacker can get up to 2,000 or even more, but I have pretty basic gear so far, no hunter rolls or anything like that. The one nice thing I have is this amulet that has the increased attributes, and this is about as good as an Astromantis. I would rate it even a little bit higher because it has the life roll and the resistances. That's probably the one really nice piece of gear I have. The rest of it's just good. I would love to dual wield dual Kuyabaris, by the way. I just have the one right now, but having another one would be good. But for right now, I just have a +1 Chaos Spell Gem, +2 maximum Chaos Resistance thing going on. And that's working out alright for now. So on the tree, we are taking every life node basically available to us, because the higher our life, the more damage. So I take all of these nodes, all this, go in, take the Scion Life Wheel, take here, take here. I am a Scion, by the way. I don't know if that's clear. I was in Ascendant, and then I took Chieftain for the 10% increased strength node and the Marauder pathing. So then I abandoned this, and now I'm coming out here because these are better nodes than these are. The other thing we're taking is Deadeye, because it gives you an increased effect of your marks, and it gives you Skills Fire and additional projectile, and it gives you Tailwind, and it gives you projectiles that gain damage as they travel farther. I don't actually know how to put that in a POB and see how it goes, but anyway, theoretically I'm doing some extra damage against things further away. So, how much life exactly do I have? I will show you. Almost 1,000 more than the next person in the league. And I started like 20 days late in this league, minus the first two. So, we're getting a pretty good life total. And the way that we're doing that, between the strength stacking and the life, and we're also taking blood magic, which is sort of all your mana. In exchange, all it gives you is 10% more maximum life. And skills cost life instead of mana. This is almost never worth it, but it's worth it for us because it increases our damage and also increases our life. So normally it's just a little bit of life and you lose all that mana and you can't cast auras and it's not very good. But for us, it gives us a healthy chunk of damage and it gives us the life, so it's worth doing. I think this build might be able to go, well, I'm not going to put a number on it yet, but let me just say that when I was level 79 or so, I was below 8,000 life. I've had some gear upgrades, but I'm only level 88 now, and I'm at 10,500. In the stuff always goes exponential with attribute stacking, so I'd be curious if I get some really good gear, if I could push even as much as something like 15,000 life or something. I think that'd be really cool. I kind of doubt I'm going to either have the time or the will to push it quite that far, but I think it might be possible because we're really starting to scale it. The last couple points have been over, 150 each, so we'll see how it goes. Damage-wise is nothing too impressive. I'll show you. This is where we're at right now. This isn't accounting for the consecrated ground or the extra damage when it travels or anything, but this is counting the withered stacks. I have it at 15 because I have 6 off of Withering Step, and then I have 3 totems that can cast 3 times a second for a total of 9 against a boss. It's a little bit optimistic. If you wanted to take it down some and say it's even less than that, I think it could be reasonable to even say 10 if you're against a boss that's moving around. But in any case, 15 is generally where people put it for chaos builds. I'm putting it at 15 for now. Like I said, the damage isn't particularly impressive, but it's going to keep getting better. Right now, even though I have all this life regen, I don't think it would be a good idea for me to try and sustain Righteous Fire because I have no extra fire resistance, and I need this to give myself a little bit of cushion. But as I keep going, that's going to be something that I look to do. I'll probably take Anointed Flesh down here, down here. These are not the priority at all because we're better served taking life with this character because that scales our damage as well. So anytime I'm like, oh, I need more defense, I want to take life before I take this. But going forward, if I want to fit Righteous Fire, and I may do that, there's still some jewel slots to take. I have a cluster jewel that's pretty good for chaos. I haven't put it in yet, but if I get a couple good small cluster jewels for life, I definitely will. I'll add that in. I'll probably just add it in here, even though these are all irrelevant nodes, but the cluster jewel is so good, I think it's worth fitting in. Yep. Anyway, this is the Ascendant Strength Stacking Forbidden Rite. I'm not sure how much I recommend the build, to be honest with you. It's a little bit... it's fine now, but as you're leveling it, I think it can feel a little bit uncomfortable at times. So if you're a relatively new player, there's many easier builds out there than this one in terms of managing everything and managing the resists. But if you're an experienced player and you want to do something that's a little bit different, it's kind of fun to do. There's definitely better builds out there. The reason I decided to make this video was, one, I thought it was kind of cool that I was this far ahead on life on the board. Not that that matters at all. And just because it's something a little bit different, off meta. So I get around with Leap Slam because Withering Step shares a cooldown with Flame Dash, so you don't want to be on any blank skill because you're doing that. The guard skill that I'm using is Immortal Call, and I'm actually self-casting it right now because anytime that you have it on cast when damage taken, which is where I used to have it, it just sort of procs at random times because you're always doing a bit of damage to yourself. So I prefer to be able to manually say, wait a minute, okay, I feel some damage coming in. I'm gonna quickly click that. So that's what I'm doing right now. I should figure out how to get it attached to that increased duration, though. I meant to still have that there, but anyway, I'll figure that out later. These are all the skills. Most of them are being activated by my cast when damage taken, so it's a relatively simple build to play. We only have the one aura, which is being supported by the Eternal Blessing. Like I said, I'll probably switch that out for Determination in a bit, but that's what I'm going for right now. Anyway, this has been Strength Stacking Forbidden Rite Ascendant, and Ike was out. I'll catch you in the next one. Bye-bye.